Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief thoughts on Captain America Brave New World. I am super late with this, and I do apologize. Dipping my toe back into reviewing some new releases, and this is going to be one of them. Just got out of the theater, just got home, so spoiler-free thoughts right here and now. I want to do a spoiler-filled review in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. But spoiler-free thoughts right here and now. The Captain America movies, like First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War, are like the standard bearer in terms of standalone MCU films. I think Captain America has had the most consistent standalone films. It's not like ebbs and flows like someone like Iron Man or Thor. Captain America, like rock solid. Captain America Civil War is my personal favorite MCU movie of all time. So I heard nothing but mixed to bad things about Brave New World with rumors of reshoots. Seth Rollins, the wrestler, was supposed to be in this, and he's not. So there's that. Honestly, though, I went into this movie with kind of low expectations, and I think the movie's solid. It's not particularly amazing, but I still got something out of it. I feel like this feels like the beginning, like a solid base hit to kind of lead up to what I believe is going to be Secret Wars a little bit further down the line. And that kind of is a good thing and a bad thing. It's what works for the movie and also what doesn't work. Anthony Mackie's great. I think he is solid. I liked Harrison Ford more than I was expecting here. No disrespect to William Hurt, may he rest in peace. I personally would have rather have seen Harrison Ford be General Ross the entire time because there are a couple scenes with General Ross where I actually was like, you're making me feel for this guy who's supposed to be the villain on paper. So good on them for that. And once again, no offense to the memory of William Hurt, he crushed it in The Incredible Hulk, but I I kind of liked Ford just a little bit more, so that was a wise choice in the recast department. Also, the rest of the cast is pretty solid as well. There's some new characters here, like they got a new Falcon. I didn't particularly care for him, but like at the first couple scenes, I was like, I'm not sure I'm gonna like you, am I? But I can safely say that by the end, I was rooting for him, so that was a good thing right there. There are others that return from previous MCU movies, but I'm going to save that for the spoiler video, so stay tuned for that. Chances are, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about, but there are chances that some of you may not have seen it, so I will hold my tongue for now. But let's just say, like I was talking about, the best and worst thing about this movie is that it relies, it kind of focuses on not rewriting wrongs, but refocusing things that have been cast aside. And those things have been talked about in other videos. I'll save that for spoilers. But the thing that, on the good side of it, there are things that I have been asking and praying that they at least reference at some point. And in some cases, one of those things I was expecting and hoping that they would bring up is actually a central point of the movie. So good on them for that. However, there are references to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, including one of the main characters from that show, which I watched precisely 2 episodes of that show and never finished it, so I did not really know or understand the connection between one of the characters and Sam Wilson. I mean, they spelled it out pretty good, but like he was a super soldier at one point. I'm gonna need to finish Falcon and Winter Soldier in order to understand it. But that's one of the problems is that this movie is trying to be several different movies. It's trying to be Captain America 4, and it's trying to be a sequel to something else that has already happened in the MCU. That part I liked. The part where it's trying to be kind of like Captain America the Winter Soldier, I don't think it really worked. And it really comes down to there are things in the movie that just blatantly feel like they were supposed to be expanded upon, but then shut down and written off. And that's where the reshoots come in. I imagine that being the case. Uh, I believe there was something in the neighborhood of one round of reshoots. I've heard as much as four. I don't have a definitive answer on that, but the reshoots are painfully noticeable at points, especially near the ending. As far as Red Hulk goes, he's not in the movie as much as I'm sure some people want him to be, and I won't spoil what happens there, but let's just say if you were expecting a lot of Red Hulk, I'm sorry to disappoint and say that he's not in the movie all that much. They try and do a story thing to try and say like why he's not in the movie all that much, but he's in a lot of the PR, he's on the posters, he's in the trailers. So like what are we even doing here? All told, kind of final thoughts. Brave New World is not especially outstanding, but it's solid. I'm going to give it a good rating on my scale. It is a mess at times. There are a few very noticeable problems story-wise, effects-wise. This is far from a perfect movie. It is a bit of a clunker at times. But there are generally some moments where I was like, okay, that was good. And then there are some little moments that I really did appreciate, and I said, okay, that was really good. It's not a perfect movie. Didn't particularly care for it at moments. Cringy MCU humor, although it's toned down here. All told, it's solid. It's a solid base hit, and there are teases at the end for something else coming down the road, which I'm pretty sure it's Secret Wars, which which is what it tied to at the end there. However, that's all I have to say about it. Solid base hit. I want to have a spoiler video on the channel talking about specifically a certain thing involving one of the returning characters, and I want to talk about why I really like that, and I wish they expanded on that more. But what did you think of Brave New World? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.